So, did you know that over 30% of Americans have a negative net worth, which means that their total amount of liabilities exceed their total assets? And I want to show you the article from Credit Karma that I thought it is very relevant today. Okay. And take a look at this. More than half of Americans don't know how to calculate their net worth. And that's 51%. And most of my brand new clients have never calculated their net worth before. So this is actually believable. And I know most of you watching this are aware of your net worth, but that's because you guys are financial nerds like me, right? So what do you think is better? Investing 500 bucks a month, making 10% return, or investing $1,000 a month, making a 7% return on investment? You can't figure out how much you can invest without a budget. There's no way around it. I personally tested out the budgeting app called YNAB, and it's not just an app that can track your income and expenses, but it can even help you create a plan to pay down your student loans, car loans, personal loans, or credit cards a lot faster. So if you're ready to change your life by getting out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle, you can get a free trial without any credit card information by using the link in the description below. 31% of Americans have a net worth of $0 or less, and I'm going to get into that later on. And 30% of Gen Z care more about celebrities' net worth than their own. And I don't think it's fair to just single target Gen Z, because I know there are millennials and Gen X who have never calculated their net worth, but they know what their favorite celebrity's net worth is. And, you know, whenever the word net worth is mentioned, it's usually tied to a celebrity or the richest person in the world. So if I ask you how much Taylor Swift is worth, most of you would tell me that she's a billionaire. And if I ask someone how much, like say Mark Zuckerberg is worth, they would tell me he's a multi-billionaire. But if I asked you personally how much your net worth is, would you know how much you have in assets and how much you have in your liabilities, right? So why do you need to know your net worth? I never want you to obsess over how much you're worth, because net worth should just be a tool for you to assess where you are financially based on your age. And I want you to think of calculating your net worth like going to your doctor's office for the first time in a year to see how you're doing physically, right? Your doctor will tell you if you're healthy or you're not healthy. You may need to eat less cheese because your cholesterol is too high, or maybe you need to change your diet to accommodate your body changes. The concept is basically the same as calculating your net worth. But here's another reason people avoid calculating their net worth, and that's because they don't feel good about their financial situation. And I was in the same place when I had over $110,000 in total consumer debt way back in 2013. And I knew I had 5 completed maxed out credit cards for $47,000. And I knew I had a 401k loan for $10,000. I knew I had 2 car loans for almost $41,000. And it wasn't until I calculated my own net worth to actually start addressing my financial issues. And I felt like I was leaving the doctor's office knowing that I just got into a car accident with a broken body that will take time to recover, right? So why are 30% of Americans in the negative net worth? The number one reason right now, statistically speaking, is because of their student loans, and especially for the younger generations. Millennials and Gen X still carry student loans from decades ago. And when you have $50,000 in a student loan, that's $50,000 in liabilities that you subtract from your assets, right? And according to education data initiatives, people under the age of 40 owes 54% of all student loan debt at $869 billion. And the people between the ages of 30 and 39 owe 32% of the national student loan debt balance, or $517 billion. And people in their 30s have an average student loan balance of $42,000. And people in their 40s have an average balance of almost $45,000. And this website also has the breakdown by age and location. So if you want to read more about it, I'll put it in the description below. Now, student loans are on fixed interest rate, but credit cards are not. And America just continues to hit an all-time high with their credit card balances. And now it's at $1.14 trillion. And that is an insane amount. And here's the average credit card balance broken down by generations. Gen Z is at $3,262. Millennials at $6,521. Gen X at $9,123, and baby boomers at $6,642. And the average credit card interest rate is between 20 and 30%. And when people carry their balances month over month, their interest will continue to accrue month over month, right? And credit cards can destroy your wealth really fast if you're not being careful. And car loans are another type of debt that is destroying Americans' net worth right now. Why? Because vehicles are a depreciating asset. You can't argue with me unless you own one of 50 Lamborghini in the world, and I know you don't. Typically, when you buy a brand new vehicle, as soon as you drive it off the lot, your vehicle is going to lose 20% in value. And then your vehicle will lose about 10 to 15% in value every year for the next 4 to 5 years. By the end of year 5, your vehicle could be worth 60% less than what you paid off. So if you bought a $30,000 vehicle 5 years ago, your vehicle could be worth $12,000 right now. And on top of that, you're paying interest on the car loan that you originally took out. And when I look at my net worth statement every year, my car's paid off. But the one thing that depreciates in value is my car and my wife's car. And I have a 2018 Tesla Model 3. I know you guys are going to laugh. And it's worth probably $17,000 right now from $40,000 6 years ago. So with all the $110,000 in debt I had back in 2013, I did my own net worth statement. My net worth was negative $60,000, and I need you to get out of fear and calculate your net worth so that you know where you are today. You just need to do it once a year, and I like to do it in January so that I know how much my assets have grown year over year. You don't need to do it every week or every month. That's too excessive, okay? And calculating your net worth is meant to be a tool to diagnose your current financial health. If you're in debt, get out of it as soon as possible, as soon as you can. It is mathematically impossible for you to invest or increase your savings rate if you have a massive amount of debt, right? And I tried. It didn't work for me in 2013. I tried to invest and save money when I had over $110,000 in debt. And I've been out of debt since December 2015. And I am never going back to the way it was.